Romanova, and I am your host for this episode of Women of the FGC Guilty Gear Strive Edition, where we highlight various women in the community and discuss their successes. Today, I am so excited for this guest, SuperDEBico, aka Deb, aka Jessica. Tell us a brief bio about yourself and who you are, just so we can get it out there.
Sure. I'm Deb, also known as Ramola, or Jessica, whichever you prefer. I'm a 25-year-old Canadian who's played fighting games for about 9 years, give or take. I compete, and I also do VTubing, as you may notice. And that's kind of like just been my passion. Doing VTubing work with competitive fighting games, it's always kind of been what I enjoy most.
Yeah, I obviously have become a big fan, especially getting so into Guilty Gear Strive. And that kind of leads into my next question for you, which is, how did you get into Guilty Gear Strive?
I was a competitive Xrd player, and I first started playing Guilty Gear with X and Core Plus R. And ever since then, I've wanted to compete pretty seriously. And in about 2016, that's when I started playing Xrd like really seriously and winning tournaments and stuff. And that's mostly been my journey with it.
Was there anything else that drew you to this game when you started?
I'm a historian, so I thought the fact they had a Roman cancel, I just thought the whole system was cool, and it got me in, and that was really it. the characters were cool, and I was like, oh, this game has a Roman cancel. That's kind of awesome.
That's a unique reason. I love it.
It's very specific.
Why do you think you're still playing this game so many years later?
Well, I really enjoy the community, first of all. Like, I've made a ton of friends in the community across all the years. Like, especially prior to Strive, the community was a bit smaller and a lot more close-knit. Lord Knight once said, everyone's friends in Guilty Gear until they get to the, actually playing. I think that's like a really good way to put it. Like, a very strong community, and I'm very, happy to be a part of it.
Are there any challenges you face in the community or just in Guilty Gear in general?
There's not really, when it comes to stuff like that, like I said, naturally there's a bunch of negativity that can come just with the community getting bigger. I kind of view it as, I like to build a very positive space where that sort of thing doesn't have to, no one has to deal with that sort of thing. So I thankfully don't really encounter too many troubles or negativity. Like, again, no matter what, it's inevitable with the size of a community being the way it is. I mean, it's one of the bigger games right now, and as a result, it can be impactful, but I try not to dwell too much on negativity or like anyone that could kind of be negative towards me, just because it's not what I want. I want to really enforce like a positive community in both, like, I don't want to put myself into feeling negative or thinking anything negative either,
No, that's a great mindset to have. I myself have trouble sometimes shrugging off the negative comments that sometimes pop up. And it's so hard because you'll get, I see you get so many positive ones. And I myself have received positive comments, but that one negative one sometimes, if you let it get to you, it can eat at you. So yeah, your absolutely. Advice is I need to take that advice. It's true. You really can't let it eat at you.
Yeah.
Why are you drawn specifically to this community versus other gaming communities?
I really enjoy the way of fighting games with how it comes about to improving and helping each other. It feels a lot more direct and helpful, and I really enjoy that with the community.
I feel it's maybe because it's so grassroots still in the FGC that we don't have these I want to. You'll probably know what I'm referencing, but we don't need no VIP room.
Of course. That's a great thing to highlight, and that's also something else I enjoy about it. It's a lot of people everyone's kind of equal. Despite your skills or anything like that, everyone's they're on pretty much equal footing with everything. We just play, right? And I think that's fantastic.
We talked about when you start competing and different things that you like about it. but you haven't really talked about your success in the community as far as a competitive player. I think those results are really impressive, especially the EVO win. That's, you know, not too many people can say they have an EVO medal, right?
That's true. So. That's true. In 2019, that's when I won Michigan Masters 2019. I won Rev 2 for EVO, and I qualified for the Arc Rebel World Tour through that. And I think I got 9th, something around there. Combo Breaker, I got 4th for Exert as well, and Otaku, I got 3rd. So like that really was my year. With Strive, I've won a tournament called TSB The Invitational, which was like a 2v2 tournament. There was Big Levo 2, which was I think the biggest tournament for Strive so far. I think it was about 1,000 people, and I got 2nd to Sonic Fox.
You two have been training with each other, having these matches against each other. What's that like? Because I believe you two are also good friends.
Yeah, we're really good friends. And in fact, it's funny you say that, because I actually met Sonic Fox through the first open beta test, if you remember that, for Strive. And that's also something that kind of got me more popular, because they had played against me and they made like a YouTube video, like the best player I've played in the Strive beta or something like that. So like ever since then, we've kind of had a bit of a rivalry. And it's funny, in Strive, since the release, I've kind of been, they describe me as their demon, even, in that, which is kind of funny to me. But Big Level was kind of the first time they actually, like, really beat me, like, really, and especially they beat me pretty decisively, too. So it's been really nice, because we can both go back and forth and improve, and we both care about, like, positivity, and we want to learn together, and those sort of things. So it's been very good, and especially, again, it's another thing, like, they came from a separate community, and being able to have them in the same community as me is really, really nice and really, really fun.
Yeah. Is there any advice that you'd like to give to women or other marginalized genders who want to get into this community?
First, like, of course, just, you know, be proud of who you are, and remember that, you know, there, like I said, there's inevitably negative people, negative communities that will be in, you know, any sort of group. But I think especially in Strive, there's a lot of very positive ones that, you know, want the best for you and want to help you grow and be better and have fun. And I think finding that it's not always simple, but there's a lot of things where you can really just gel into any community and have a good time. And you don't need to be like putting yourself out there, but I think that the best thing you can do is just play and just try to meet people. And I think inevitably you'll go along with the flow and you'll find that good community and that good space, and, you know, they'll make you feel appreciated, and it'll be nice to be a part of, you know?
Yeah. No, that's sweet. It really is, because that's when it really feels like home, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's nice to just talk to you and kind of get to gush while also learning even more about you, since I've, you know, also been a fan of you.
Oh, thank you. It means a ton. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate, you know, like really wanting me on and all that. It really means a ton to me. And, you know, I'm really happy that I can be, you know, a positive force in your eyes and in other people's eyes too, you know?
Yeah. You're an inspiration to many, and not just women, you know, everyone outside of that I have seen just hyping you up and making them feel like, you know, they can be a part of the space. So your work is just growing.
That makes me really happy to hear. Thank you.
Well, with that said, folks, that's another wrap on an episode of Women of the FGC Guilty Gear Strive Edition. I'm Romanova, and this was Deb, and we'll see you next time. PlayStation